Considered to be the first Chinese car brand to have made it to the mainstream, Geely Auto Philippines has consistently brought out fantastic value-for-money crossovers that has shocked the local car industry. In 2020, it managed to make it to the top 10 best-selling car makers list, edging out Kia Philippines for the number 10 slot. However, despite its growing popularity, there's still so many people out there who are wondering what Geely is all about. And in this video, we get to check out the 5 things that you need to know about Geely Automobile. This is Reagan's Pit Stop. Let's do this! Now, before we begin with this video, I'd like to extend a special shout out to the members of the Geely Okavango Club of the Philippines, especially my boy, Rai Rivera. What's up, guys? Anyway, if you've not spent your lockdown in a cave, you've probably heard of Geely, or even more so, its spunky little crossover, the Geely Coolray. The Geely Coolray is an edgy-looking crossover that has the largest engine in the subcompact crossover category. It sports a 1.5-liter 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine that was co-developed with Volvo, and it can decimate all members of the subcompact crossover category with its 177 horses and 255 Newton-meters of torque. As what my boy James Pumphrey always says, more power, baby! Now, the Coolray became an instant hit because it ticked all the right boxes that appeal to the Pinoy buyer. It has great looks, an awesome drive, and a fantastic price, which means that the Coolray led the charge to make Geely Philippines a member of the top 10 best-selling car makers list in 2020. However, the question remains, did all of these newfound Geely car owners make the right choice? After all, we all know that Geely is made in China. Well, for most of you there who don't know much about China's largest private car maker, here are 5 facts about Geely Automobile. The ability of a car brand to succeed in the local car industry all depends on the strength and expertise of its local distributor. Now, as far as strength and expertise go, Sojitz G Auto Philippines can run with the best of them. Sojitz G Auto Philippines, or SGAP, is better known as the people behind Mitsubishi Motors Philippines, and they have a wealth of experience when it comes to providing their clients with top quality products and services. Now, the clincher here is Sojitz G Auto Philippines is a Japanese company, and we all know how the Japanese are so proud when it comes to carrying and offering top quality products and services. So the mere fact that SGAP has decided to distribute Geely cars in the Philippines is already a testament to the level of build quality that these Geely cars are made of. I mean, Sojitz G Auto Philippines wouldn't even risk their name and their honor over, let's say, a crappy product, right? Exactly. Now, practically everyone who owns a Geely or knows somebody who owns a Geely has heard of the fact that, well, Geely owns Volvo. It's the #1 hirit of these Geely car owners whenever somebody goes up to them and tells them that they're driving a China-made car or a Chinese-branded car. Well, aside from the fact that Geely does own Volvo, and they've done so since 2010, Geely also owns a ton of other car makers worldwide. You see, Geely owns Lotus. You know that tiny British sports car company that makes tiny lightweight sports cars? Yeah, that Lotus. Now, they also own Proton, which is a Malaysian-based company, and they also own London Taxi, which they've rebranded to the London Electric Vehicle Company. Now, the latest news is Geely has also created an electric sports car company named Zeekr, and Zeekr is meant to create cars that can take down, of all things, Teslas. And, well, hello, Geely also owns 10% of Daimler AG, making them the single largest shareholder of the makers of Mercedes-Benz. So, a little pro tip to you Geely car owners out there, instead of saying that Geely owns Volvo, you know, if I were in your shoes, I'd say, hey, yo, you know those Mercs? Yeah? The Mercedes-Benzes? Yeah. Geely owns that shit. Now, aside from these car brands, Geely also owns Polestar. These are the guys who are behind making Volvos go really fast whenever you're taking your Volvo out to the grocery. They also own Lynk & Co. or Lynk & Company. You don't know what Lynk & Co. is? Well, they currently hold the fastest lap record in the Nürburgring for a front-wheel drive vehicle and a 4-door sedan. Yes, that's Lynk & Co. Now, you put all of these car brands together and you could now see the amount of resources and tech that Geely has access to, which explains why their current offerings are at the cutting edge of automotive technology. There was a time when these Chinese cars looked like they were designed by a 5-year-old kid, or if they did look good, that's only because they copied or took inspiration from other car brands. Well, these copycat days are long gone, at least for Geely, because the giant car maker has set up 4 design centers worldwide. These design centers are located in Shanghai, in California, in Barcelona, and in Gothenburg, which is in Sweden, by the way. It's not where the Dark Knight lives. Now, you see, the Gothenburg Design Center seems to have the most influence in the current offerings of Geely because the current lineup has a truly Scandinavian flavor to it. Now, design is good and all, but Geely has also the tech expertise to back it up. Aside from the 4 design centers, Geely has also set up 4 R&D centers worldwide. 2 of these R&D centers are located in China, while the third one is in Coventry, England, and the last one is located in Gothenburg, Sweden. So why is it that the design center and the R&D center are both located in Gothenburg, Sweden? Well, take a wild guess where the headquarters of Volvo is located. Exactly, it's in Gothenburg, Sweden. You see, Geely has co-developed a lot of tech with Volvo, which includes the CMA platform and engine technology that is currently being used in all of the Geely cars being offered now. So when it comes to tech and to design, well, it seems that Geely has completely future-proofed its offerings for the coming years. Contrary to popular belief that nobody buys these China-made cars, Geely has managed to sell over 1.5 million vehicles per year since 2018. This is just the cars under the Geely brand and doesn't include the cars that have been sold by its subsidiaries. Now, Geely has a very strong presence in the Middle East and in South America, and when it comes to our side of the planet, Geely is also sold in Australia, Taiwan, and of course the Philippines. You can even go as far as saying that Geely is also sold in Malaysia under the Proton brand because, as I said earlier, Proton is owned by Geely. Now, in the Philippines, despite just being here for only a year, Geely has managed to make it to the top 10 best-selling car makers list in 2020, taking on the number 10th spot. The thing is, at the end of the first quarter 2021, Geely is now up to the 9th spot and they're not showing any signs of stopping anytime soon. The best part, guys, is despite selling so many cars worldwide, there has not been any vehicle or product recall for any Geely vehicle that has been sold overseas. So how is that when it comes to build quality? Pretty fantastic, yeah? Most haters of these China-made vehicles would go on and say that the Geely Coolray is not a safe car. They'd even go as far as saying that the Coolray is a tin can on wheels that can easily crush its passengers. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. Aside from the fact that the Geely Coolray has scored 5 stars in the Chinese NCAP, it also scored 5 stars in the ASEAN NCAP. Now granted, the Geely Coolray that was used in the ASEAN NCAP safety test was a Proton X50, but in all essence, it is the mechanical twin of the Geely Coolray, so tomato, tomato, right? Now, nevertheless, this safety result just goes to show that Geely makes truly safe vehicles. So those are the 5 things that you needed to know about Geely Automobile and Geely Auto Philippines. Are there any other Geely-related trivia that I failed to mention in my video? Do you want me to continue making these kinds of video series where I dive deep into the trivia of other lesser-known car brands? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, guys, well, that's the end of the show. Subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. 5 things that you need to know about Geely Automobile. Bless you! This is Reagan's Pit Stop. The ability of a car brand to succeed in the local car industry all depends on the strength and expertise of its local distributor. Now, as far as strength and expertise go, Sojitz Auto G...